coefficient of x power n is required, and what is given? Given in the first term 1 plus x square divided by 1 plus x whole square. So we expand it, try to form its complete form of the series 1 plus x square. We can write 1 plus x raised to power minus 2. Then we expand using binomial series 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 by 2 factorial x square n minus 1 n minus 2 by 3 factorial x square, so on. This is expansion. What we have to do, we have to simplify this, all these terms. I can write it 1 minus 2x. Then I write this 2 is cancelled by this. It will be minus 3x square. This minus will be plus, so plus 3x square. You can see this 2, this minus 3. Minus 2 minus 3, they will make 6. This 6 is cancelled by this 6. And this 1 minus sign, second minus sign, third minus sign, 3 minus sign will make minus. And it is 4x square, minus 4x square, and so on. Dear student, we would like to write the general term of this. How can we write general term? Nth term, if we want to write, what is it? Up to so on. I write it in this form. And then I will write 1 plus x square, 1 minus 2x plus 3x square plus minus 4x cube. This will be cube. 4x cube. So on. I want to write x power n term. X power n plus up to so on. If I write term involving x power n, I can see that x power 3 coefficient is 1 more, coefficient is 4, 1 greater than power. Power is n, coefficient will be n plus 1. And one thing more is that plus minus, it is covered by minus 1 raised to power n. For this we write minus 1 power, and this general term is valid only if it from it we can find these terms. If we substitute it as x power 1, if we substitute n equal to 1 here, it will become x, n equal to 1 will make it 2, n equal to 1 will make it minus 1. So minus 1 times 2x will be minus 2x. It's here we can see x power is 2. If I substitute here value of n 2, if I substitute value of n 2, so it will be x square. Value of n 2 will make it 3, so it will be 3x square. Value of n 2 will make it positive, so will be positive 3x square. So you can see, we can verify for this also. It is x cube. It means power of a value of n is 3. So if we substitute n equal to 3, it must represent this term. So value of n 3, if we substitute, it becomes x cube. Value of n 3 will make it 4. 4x cube it becomes. Minus 1 power value of n is 3. So it will be minus 4x cube, minus 4x cube. This nth term is quite right. We write one previous term from it. It is x power n minus 1. As we move left, from right to left, we can see that 3, 2, 1 power reduces. So this power is n. This power will reduce. It will be n minus 1. Coefficient is 1 greater than this. 1 greater than this is n. And minus 1 power, same as power of x Here both these are n, here both these are n minus 1. Then we write one previous term, x power n minus 2. Coefficient will be n minus 1, and minus 1 power will also be same as this, n minus 2, up to so on, dear students. This we write. Now for coefficient of x power n, what can we do? For coefficient of x power n, if this one is multiplied by this, we will get xn of the final series. You know that final series is obtained when this factor is multiplied by this series. When this factor is multiplied by this series, we will obtain the final shape of the entire expansion. Entire expansion is product of these two also. Expansion of this and product with this will be entire expansion. We don't have that. We have this separate, but we want to see x power n coefficient of the final form, which is the product of these two. So the product we are not finding, we are just finding the product of where we find xn only. We find product of those terms which will make x power n. So these two will make x power n of the final form. This x square, when is multiplied by this, they will generate xn of the final form. So it means that I should multiply this by this nth term, x square by this xn minus 2 term. Then I will get xn of the final series. So I can write coefficient of x power n is equal to, look at it, 1 multiplied by this will generate minus 1 power n, n plus 1, x n. As we talk about coefficient, so we write only coefficient because xn will not be written. 1 multiplied by this and only coefficient will be written. This is the coefficient. This is 1, no x in it. Multiply by this will be xn, and both will make this their coefficient. And these two, product of these two will make what? xn plus 2, which we do not require. Product of these two will make xn plus 1, which we do not require. These product of these two will make x power n, which we require. So product of these two, look at this, x square, this power 2 will be added to n minus 2. N minus 2 plus 2, both power of x will be added. So we can see that it will be x power n. This x power n term is required, but coefficient will also be generated. What that coefficient will be? So x square coefficient is 1. That one will be multiplied by this coefficient. So they will remain same. The coefficient will be minus 1 power n minus 2 n minus 1. Now it will be simplified and will be coefficient of x power n of the final form, which is the product of these two series. The series obtained by multiplying these two, that series has coefficient of x power n, this, but we have to show it simplified form. What is it? Minus 1 power n, n plus 1, minus 1 power n, minus 1 power minus 2. We break the power. Then we can see minus 1 power n is common. It can be taken common. It will be n plus 1 here. This is shifted out. It can be shown in denominator. Minus 1 square. N minus 1 will be here. It becomes positive. Minus 1 square will be plus 1, and minus 1 power n, n plus 1 plus n minus 1. This is cancelled and it will be 2n. So minus 1 power n, 2n is the coefficient of xn. Answer. Minus x square. What is it equal to? We write it in the form 1 plus x square. 1 minus x power minus 2 it will be. We expand both. 1 plus 2x plus x square it will be. And here, this expansion is through binomial series. 1 plus n x plus n minus 1 by 2 factorial x square n minus 1 n minus 2 by 3 factorial x square, so on. Then we write 1 plus 2x plus x square unchanged. Simplify these terms, 1 plus 2x plus, look at this 2 is cancelled by this minus sign, it will be plus 3x square plus, these two are cancelled by this minus sign, how many minus sign, this is cube, so 1 minus sign, 2 minus sign, 3 minus sign, 4 minus sign will be plus 4x cube, all these are positive, so on. We can write their general term is nth term, so we write nth term here. X power n, if we write, we can see that x power 3 coefficient is 1 more, so x power n coefficient will be 1 more, n plus 1. All these terms are positive, so we don't have to be worried about the sign of the terms because all positive, so this is positive. Then we write previous term. Its previous term is, this is xn and n plus 1. Previous term is xn minus 1. Coefficient will be 1 more, n plus its previous term is n minus 2. X power n, n minus 1, n minus 2, and coefficient will be n minus 1 plus power n of the final form. Final form is the product of these two factors. This series multiply with this, we will get final series, and we require the coefficient of x power n of that series. So coefficient of x power n is, coefficient of x power n is this multiply with this will give us x power n, and we write only coefficient, which is n plus 1. This multiply by this, it's here x power is 1, here x power is n minus 1. This n minus 1 will n minus 1, these two x when are multiplied, their power will be added. One x has power n minus 1, the other x has power 1, both are added and we get xn. And with coefficient 2n, coefficients are also multiplied, so coefficient we write 2n plus. Now we know that here x power is 2, here x power is n minus 2, both are added, we get xn, and coefficients multiplied, its coefficient 1 multiplied by its coefficient n minus 1, it will be n minus 1. Then we can see, dear students, this is 1 is cancelled and it is simply 4n. 4n is the coefficient of x power n of the final series, which is product of these two. So that final series has x power n coefficient 4n. Number 4. Part number 4 is we require coefficient of xn, and this time given is 1 plus x square divided by 1 minus x cube. We write them together in numerator. How can we write? We write 1 plus x square, 1 minus x power minus 3. We expand them both, 1 plus 2x plus x square. It is simple, and expansion of this is through binomial series. 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 by 2 factorial x square, and n minus 1, n minus 2 by 3 factorial x cube, so on. This is series expansion. Then we write 1 plus 2x plus x square. It is 1 plus 3x plus what is here? Look at it, dear students. We write these two will be positive, 3, 4 by 2. 3, 4 by 2 x square. We write 3, 4, 5. We can see 3, 4, 5. Minus sign 1, 2, 3, 4 minus sign will make plus. By 3 factorial is 6. And it will be x cube. So on this. If we would like to write nth term of it, how can we write that nth term? We write it again. in another form. 1 plus 2x plus x square. What that other form is? 1 plus, if we multiply it by 2 and divide it by 2, it will be 2 by 2. And what is it? 3x. Then we write, if we multiply it by 2, we don't multiply it by 2. It is 3 4 by 2. This is 3 cancels it and it becomes 4 5 by 2. X cube. Here x square. So on. So one thing we are sure that all terms are divided by 2. When all terms are divided by 2, then we can write general term, which is xn. Xn, if we write, its denominator is also 2. And what is numerator? Numerator is, this is 3 4 5. 2 3 4 consecutive terms. 1 2 3 and product. X power 1, 2 3 are in numerator. X power 2, 3 4 in numerator and product. X power 3 4 5. These 3 are consecutive. You know that x power and the numerator terms are consecutive. They are in numerator. 3 4 5. Similarly, we write n plus 1, n plus 2 consecutive terms. N plus 1, n plus 2 in numerator. Its previous term is, what will be the previous term? We write xn as xn, and one term greater is n plus 1, the other term greater than this is n plus 2, and denominator is 2. We write x n minus 1. 1 greater than this is n, 1 greater than this is n plus 1 divided by 2. X power n minus 2, 1 greater than this is n minus 1, 1 greater than this is n divided by 2. We write these terms, and we know that next what we have to do, coefficient of xn of the series obtained by multiplying these two. When these two are multiplied, that series, what is required, what will be obtained, we require coefficient of xn of that series. And now we know, dear students, this multiplied with this will give us xn. So these two, product of these two, we write only coefficient is n plus 1, n plus 2 by 2. 1 multiplied by this will obviously this coefficient. Now we multiply this 2 by this. These two will make xn again. 2 cancels 2 and the 2 cancels 2, and what is left is n plus 1. We write only x and coefficient, so we do not write xn here. Product of these two will make xn again, and the coefficient is n minus 1, n by 2. Now we will simplify it. How can we simplify? We can simplify by taking common. Is there anything common? There is nothing seen common here. So simplification is just by taking LCM. We just take LCM. LCM is and multiply these two. They will make n square plus 3n plus 2 plus multiply by 2. It will be here also 2n square plus 2n plus, what is here, n square minus n. Then we can see it as n square, 2n square will be 4n square. 3n plus 2, 5n. Minus n will be 4n plus this 2, the constant term, divided by 2. They will be simplified as 2n square plus 2n plus 1. This is the coefficient of x power n of the series obtained by multiplying these two together. Series obtained by multiplying these two together have coefficient of xn 2n square plus 2n plus 1. This is a very, very important question and of further advanced level because it has a different technique than the other questions. Coefficient of xn is required, and what is given? 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube so on raised to power 2. As we know what? 1 plus x raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube so on. This expansion is equal to this closed form. Therefore, what we write? This is given 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus so on square. This can be written as, look, this square is there. This expansion can be written in its closed form. Closed form is 1 plus x power minus 1. So it will be 1 plus x raised to power minus 2. And now we expand this binomial series, easy to expand. 1 plus n x plus n minus 1 by 2 factorial x square n minus 1 by n minus 2 by 3 factorial x cube and so on. This we write. After it we have 1 minus 2x, the simplified form. Then we can see 2 minus sign here will be plus. It is, this 2 is cancelled by this 3x square. These two will make 6 and this 6 is cancelled. This will be 1 minus sign, 2 minus sign, 3 minus sign will make minus and it will be 4x cube. Now we will write general term x power n. This is the entire series. Nothing is multiplied by it. So this is the complete form of the expansion of given form. So given structure is this is expanded and this is its final form. This is its final form. X power n is required. One thing we are sure that plus minus. So minus 1 power n will be required here. Minus 1 power n will make it either positive or negative according to the power of minus 1. And x power n we are wanting to write, that is a general term. We can see that power 3, coefficient 4, coefficient is 1 more, so power n, coefficient is 1 more, is n plus 1. So we can identify this the final series and its x power n coefficient is this. Hence we write coefficient of x power n of this given series is minus 1 power n plus 1. This is another important form because of this involvement of this series